Hello everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 of my cozy chenille appeal crochet hoodie pattern that I have here. In part 1 we covered the front panel and the back panel and the sleeves, and now we are getting ready to continue with the hood here, so I'll go over that in this video, as well as finishing up our hoodie and adding in that pocket. So yeah, if you haven't seen part 1 already and you want to get started on this hoodie, make sure you go back and watch part 1 and start there. This is the second part, so I'll link to the first part in the description, and then again, if you wanted to get the Lion Brand kit, that is linked in the description as well. Comes with all the yarn and the printable pattern, and then I'll link to my patterns on Etsy and Ravelry. So if you are getting ready to start this hoodie, go back to part 1. Okay, so now we have row 1 of the hood complete. We've worked around the opening here, and we have a total of 50 half double crochet for row 1. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work and work our way back for row 2, and this time we are going to be adding in some increases here, so make sure you pay extra attention to this round so we can place the increases correctly so that the rest of the rows are correct as well. So for row 2, you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch and work 2 half double crochet into it. So we have 1, and then go ahead and work a second into that very same stitch. And then you're just going to work 1 half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So in that second stitch there, just work 1, and then our second, and then a third, and then a fourth. So we have a increase in the beginning and then 4 half double crochet. And then now we need to do another increase. So in the following stitch, you're going to work 2 half double crochet into the same spot. So work 1 and then a second one in the very same stitch. And then you're just going to continue with 1 half double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So just 6 half double crochet. Okay, and then you're going to be doing another increase. So in the following stitch, work 2 half double crochet into the same spot. So 1 and 2. And then you're going to be working 7 half double crochet. So into the next 7 stitches, just work 1 half double crochet into each. Okay, and then after the 7, do another increase. So work 2 half double crochet into that next stitch. And then after that increase, you're going to be working 8 half double crochet. So 1 half double crochet into each of the next 8 stitches. Okay, then we'll be working another increase. So in that next stitch, work 2 half double crochet. And then we will be working 7 half double crochet after that. So in the next 7 stitches, just work 1 half double crochet into each stitch. Okay, and then you're going to be increasing in the next stitch. So work 2 half double crochet into that same stitch. And then after your increase, you are going to be working 1 half double crochet into the next 6 stitches. Okay, and then you're going to be working another increase, so 2 half double crochet here into the same spot, and then continue with 4 half double crochet, so just 1 half double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, and then you should have 1 stitch remaining where you will be doing your final increase. So right here in the very last stitch of the row, work 2 half double crochet into that very same spot, and you are going to have a total of 58 half double crochet stitches here for this row to finish off row 2. And now we will be starting row 3, so you can just go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And row 3, you're just going to be working 1 half double crochet stitch into each stitch all the way across. So no increasing here, just work 1 stitch across the row. Okay, and then for row 4, part of my clip here got deleted, but row 4 is very easy. You're going to work 26 half double crochet, work an increase in the next one, 4 half double crochet, work another increase, and then finish across the row with 26 half double crochet for a total of 60 half double crochet. And then you can just go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. And then for row 5, this is just a repeat of row 3, which was just 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. So go ahead and work 1 stitch for every stitch across the row for row 5. Okay, and then for row 6 is another increase row. So for this one, we're going to chain 1 and work 1 half double crochet into the first 27 half double crochet. So go ahead and work your 27 stitches, and then I will show you how to do the increase like we just did on the 2 rows before this one. So work your 27 half double crochet, and then here I am working the increase in the following stitch. And then you're going to work 4 half double crochet, so just 1 into the next 4 stitches here. So there's 1, 2, and then 2 more, and then we'll just be working another increase. So work 2 into the same stitch. And this is what you'll be doing for each of the increase rows coming up. The same increase, half double crochet, 4 increase, and then finish across. So just continue working 1 half double crochet in each stitch across, and then you can chain 1 and turn your work. And then this is just a regular row, so no increasing in this one, just work 1 half double crochet into each stitch. And we're going to be doing this for the next several rows of the hoodie here. Working a regular half double crochet row with no increases, and then the following row will have increases. Okay, so when you get to the end of the row, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. So row 8 is an increase row, so work 28 half double crochet, and then we'll be working an increase. So after your 28, work your increase here, so 2 half double crochet into the same stitch, and then work 4 half double crochet, and then go ahead and work another increase, so 2 half double crochet into the next stitch. So we had 28 half double crochet, increase, 4 half double crochet, increase, 28 half double crochet to the end. So just go ahead and continue working 1 stitch all the way across to the end of the row. And your row count will be 64 half double crochet after row 8. And then row 9 is just a regular row, no increasing here. So just chain 1, turn your work, and work 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. Okay, and then for row 10 is another increase row, so chain 1, turn your work, and then work 29 half double crochet, and then we'll be doing some more increases. And if you're noticing, we are just adding by 1 stitch with each of these increase rows. So we started with 26, then 27, then 28, and now we're at 29. So this is the continued pattern for the rest of this portion of the hood, alternating this increase row with just a regular row, working 1 per stitch. So very easy. We're just gradually increasing this hood. Once you have your 29 half double crochet, just work an increase. So work 2 half double crochet into that same spot, and then work 4 half double crochet, and then work a second increase, so 2 half double crochet into the same spot, and then finish off that row with 1 half double crochet into each of the remaining stitches, which should be a total of 29. And then your stitch count at the end of row 10 will be 66 half double crochet. Okay, so I'm not going to be showing you the next several rows. So row 11 is our next row, and it's just a repeat row 3, which is 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. And then row 12 will be an increase row. So you'll do the 30 half double crochet, increase, 4 half double crochet, increase, 30 to the end, and then continue like that. So rows 11 through 24, work a regular row and then an increase row. And then go ahead and work rows 25 through 35, just a regular row. So the repeat row 3, which is just 1 half double crochet in each. So you should be at row 35 now after doing all those alternating increases, and then those handful of rows that are just 1 half double crochet in each stitch. Make sure you're following along with the written pattern so you can keep track of where you're at. You will have a total of 80 half double crochet. And now we are going to be splitting the top of the hood. So go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work, and this starts row 36. So for row 36, we're only going to be working 40 half double crochet, so halfway across. So just work chain 1 and 1 half double crochet in the next 40 stitches, and then chain 1 and turn your work to start row 37. So we're going to be doing some shaping here. So work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, and then decrease the next 2 stitches together, so half double crochet 2 together. And then you're just going to work 1 half double crochet into each of the remaining stitches to the end. So we're just decreasing by 1 stitch here, and at the end of this row, which is row 37, you will have a total of 39 half double crochet stitches. Go ahead and work your way to the end, chain 1, turn your work, and work your way back. Okay, and then when you have 3 stitches remaining in row 38, we're going to do another decrease. So half double crochet 2 together, and then finish off row 38 with 1 half double crochet into the last stitch. And you should have a total of 38 half double crochet at the end of that row. And now we are going to begin row 39, so chain 1 and turn your work. And then row 39 is just a row 37 repeat. So work 1 half double crochet into the very first stitch, and then half double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. So we're just decreasing here. And then work 1 half double crochet into each of the remaining stitches across for row 39. You'll have a stitch count of 37 after this row. And then go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and work your way back for row 40 until you reach the last 5 stitches. So we're on row 40 within the last 5 stitches. We're going to work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then work a second single crochet, and we have 3 remaining. And then we're going to single crochet 2 together. And then we're going to work 1 slip stitch into the final stitch. So go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. This is our last row, row 41. We're going to be skipping over this very first stitch. So that slip stitch that we made in the last row, just skip over it. You're not going to work anything into it. And then you're going to work 1 slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. So we skipped over 1, and then we're going to work 1 slip stitch and then a second slip stitch into the following stitch, and then work 1 single crochet into the following 2 stitches, so 1 and 2, and then just work 1 half double crochet into each of the remaining stitches across the row to finish off row 41. So you'll have a total of 31 half double crochet, 2 single crochet, and 2 slip stitches. And then you can just go ahead and fasten off when you get to the end of the row, and we're going to have to repeat that on the other side, just opposite. Okay, so now we are on the opposite side of the hood here. I finished my last row and fastened off for row 41, and now we have to repeat rows 36 through 41 on the other side of the hood here. So it's going to be exactly the same that we did with these decreasing on the first side, except it's flipped, kind of like how we did the shoulder neckline shaping. So you're going to go ahead and put your hood out in front of you, and you want to join into the very next unworked stitch here of row 35. So this is row 36 here that we're joining in with a slip stitch, and you're putting your hook into the very next unworked stitch at row 35. So halfway across the hood exactly, chain 1, work 1 half double crochet into that same stitch, and then work 1 half double crochet into each stitch across for a total of 40 half double crochet, just like we have on the first side. So go ahead and work your way across, and then when you get to the end, go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and work your way back until there's 3 stitches remaining. And then when you get to these last 3 stitches here, do a decrease. So just half double crochet 2 together, and then work 1 half double crochet into the last stitch for row 37. You have a total of 39 half double crochet here, and then go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work. For row 38, we're going to do another decrease. So work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, and then decrease the next 2 stitches together, and then work 1 half double crochet into each remaining stitch across the row. When you get to the end, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work for row 39. And then you're doing the same thing. Go ahead and work your half double crochets all the way down until these last 3 stitches remain here. Work a decrease stitch, and then work 1 half double crochet into the final stitch. And now we are going to begin row 40. So chain 1 and turn your work. And then row 40, we are going to start off with a slip stitch. So in that very first stitch of the row, work 1 slip stitch. And then over the next 2 stitches, we're going to be decreasing. So you have your slip stitch, and then over the next 2 stitches, we're single crocheting 2 together. So insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert into the following stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 for 1 single crochet 2 together. And then we're going to work 1 single crochet into the following 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. And then just work 1 half double crochet into each of the remaining stitches across. So you'll have a total of 32 half double crochet, 3 single crochet, and 1 slip stitch for this row, which is row 40. When you get to the end, chain 1 and turn your work. Work 1 half double crochet all the way back across until 5 stitches remain. Then work 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then work 1 slip stitch and into the next 2 stitches as well. So 1 and 2, and then you're just going to leave the last slip stitch of the previous row unworked, and then you can just fasten off. And now we will be seaming the top of our hood shut and finishing up our hoodie. Okay, if you haven't already, you can go ahead and fasten off, and now you'll want to fold the hood in half like I'm doing here, and make sure that the right sides of the hood are facing. That way our seam is on the inside of the hood when we are done. And then we're just going to be slip stitching or sewing the top of the hood shut, including the sides of the decrease rows that we did. So you can either use your needle and your preferred stitching method, or you can use your hook and slip stitch across like I'm going to. You could have left this tail here that I am holding long so that you could sew it shut, but I accidentally cut it short, so I'm just bringing in a new piece of yarn. But if you left a long tail, that's great, and you can just use that. So you can go ahead and insert your hook into the very corner stitch of both of the sides of the hood. So row 41 of each side of the hood, insert your hook, and then it's going to be the same thing that we did when we were joining the shoulders of the front panel to the back panel, just insert your hook evenly through both stitches. Make sure these stitches are lined up and that you're not skipping any, and then just yarn over and pull through, and make sure you pull through the loop on your hook as well as you go, just slip stitching to join, and then just do this all the way across. When you get to the decrease rows that at the very end at the crown of the hood, make sure you stitch or sew those together as well so that the whole thing is shut. Okay, and then once you have sewn the top of your hood shut, you can turn it right side out again. So now the seam is hidden on the inside with all the other seams. And now we need to add the trim of the hood as well as make the drawstring and add on the pocket. Okay, so just make sure your sweater is right side facing out, and now we're going to join in our yarn here right at the same spot where we joined in to add the hood. So row 1 of the hood basically is where you need to join in your new piece of yarn, and we're going to be adding some trim here so that we can fold it over and then seam the drawstring cord shut and add that in. So just join in with a slip stitch to row 1 and then chain 1, and in that very same stitch work a half double crochet, and you're just going to do this around the opening of the hood. So you're going to be working approximately 1 half double crochet for each row of the hood, so a total of about 82 half double crochet. If you find that you need a few more stitches or a few less stitches, that's totally fine. The stitch count here for the trim is not crucial, so if you came up with a couple short or a couple too much, don't worry about it at all. Just try not to make too many stitches because then the opening of the hood can start looking wavy. So evenly distribute them around the opening of the hood here. When you get to the other side, it should be the other side of row 1 of the hood. You can chain 1 and turn your work, and then just work 1 half double crochet into each stitch all the way back across. And you're going to do this for a total of 4 rows. So we have our row 1 where we worked into the ends of the rows of the hood, and then rows 2 through 4, just work 1 half double crochet into each stitch, chain 1 and turn, for a total of 4 rows. And then when you fasten off, make sure you leave a tail long enough to sew this whole entire opening of the trim down. We're going to be folding it over and putting in our drawstring cord and sewing it shut. So make sure you leave a long tail. Okay, so now you can set aside your hoodie and we have to make the pocket. So for the pocket, I'm going to start off with a foundation half double crochet stitch. So very similar to the foundation single crochet, chain 2, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the very first chain you made, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through all 3, and that is 1 foundation half double crochet. You're going to do this for a total of 42 foundation half double crochet. If you're making depending on the size hoodie that you're making, your pocket might be larger, so you might need to make more. So just make sure you check the pattern. And if you don't want to work a foundation half double crochet, you can do a chain instead. So you can chain 43 and then work 1 half double crochet into the second chain from the hook and all the way back down for a total of 42 half double crochet. So just go ahead and do that for row 1. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And row 2, we're just going to be doing 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. So do that for row 2 as well as for the following rows. So rows 2 through 9, you're just working 1 half double crochet into each stitch, chaining 1 and turning. So a total of 9 rows where your stitch count stays the same here. So just go ahead and work those up and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now we are starting row 10. So just chain 1, work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to be decreasing. So do a half double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. So just decreasing and then work 1 half double crochet into each stitch all the way across until 3 stitches remain, and we'll be decreasing on the other end as well. Okay, then when you get to the other side here, we have 3 stitches left. Work a decrease, so just half double crochet 2 together, and then work a final half double crochet into the very last stitch of the row. So that completes row 10, and we have a total of 40 half double crochet stitches now. Chain 1 and turn your work. And then for row 11, just work 1 half double crochet into each stitch all the way across the row. And then after you do that, we're going to be doing some more decreasing rows. So just for this next row here is a regular row, 1 half double crochet in each. So just go ahead and work your way across. Your stitch count will stay the same for this row, which is row 11 for the size small. And then after you work this row, you're going to be doing rows 12 through 19 is decrease rows. So the row that we did a half double crochet, decrease, half double crochet across until we reach the last 3, then work to decrease, then finish with the half double crochet. You're going to do that row for rows 12 through 19. So you're just repeating row 10 until your work looks something like this. And then the final row of the pocket, we're just going to be doing 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. So chain 1, turn your work, and work 1 half double crochet into each. So you have a total of 20 rows for the pocket. And again, everything is written down on my blog if you need to go and double check your stitch count or anything like that. Once you've worked your way across, you can fasten off. You'll want to leave a tail long enough to sew the last row of the pocket to the front of your hoodie, and then you'll also need to bring in a new piece of yarn to sew these rows down the side here, across the bottom, and up the other side. And then the decrease rows that we made were going to be left open, so they are openings for our hands to go in our pocket. So you'll be using your needle to do that, so you can go ahead and sew it on. Make sure you line your pocket up evenly. You'll want the bottom row to be lined up with the top of the ribbing, and then make sure you have the same amount of inches on either side of the pocket. So you just want it nice and even. I recommend pinning it into place so that it stays nice and straight. So go ahead and sew that on, and it'll look something like this when you're done. And then you need to make the drawstring. So you want to do a starting chain that's approximately 64 inches long, and then you just want to slip stitch back down the length of the chain. It will shrink up a little bit when you do those slip stitches, so take that into account. And then you can just fasten off, and we'll sew it to the inside of our hood. Okay, so unfortunately I had a little bit of technical difficulties, and I deleted the clip where I am showing you how to fold over the trim and sew it down, but I'm going to go over it right here with you. So the trim that we had made, you're just going to fold it over. Your sweater's going to be right side out, and then you're just going to sew row 4 of that trim down onto row 1. And then as you're going, you can place your drawstring in it so that you are working your you are sewing directly over the drawstring. Make sure you're not catching the drawstring so that it gets stuck, but if you sew over it, that way you don't have to try and thread it through afterwards. You just do it as you go, and then after that you can just fasten off and weave in any of your remaining ends. So again, just use your needle and then weave the ends back and forth a few times, and that is it for this hoodie. I hope you guys enjoyed the pattern, and I will see you next time.